Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy Alter Ego. Moi drodzy, powracamy do detektywa i jego sprawy. Ponownie cofnęliśmy się na posterunek policji w celu odnalezienia jakichś informacji na temat Sir Williamsa, człowieka, który został pochowany poprzedniej nocy. Niestety jego ciało zniknęło z trumny. Jak to się stało? Nie mam zielonego pojęcia. Jakieś tropy udało nam się już zdobyć, ale to jest wciąż za mało. Dlatego cofnijmy się do budynku i postarajmy się coś odnaleźć. Możemy porozmawiać z dyżurnym. Zgłoś morderstwo.
I suppose the best thing I can do now is phone Chief Inspector Powell.
Rozumiem. Odejdź. Czyli musimy wykonać telefon. A żeby to zrobić, musimy cofnąć się do swojego biura. Telefon jest po prawej stronie.
Detective Sergeant Briscoe, put me through to Chief Inspector Powell, please. I see. And when will he return? It's urgent. All right, I'll call back later. Please tell him I called and that I'll be in the field now if he needs to talk to me. He'll know. Goodbye. He's not here, and he should be back in 2 hours, so what should I do now? I'm not going to waste my time. I'll search the neighborhood to try and find clues, and then we'll see.
Czyli prawdopodobnie po raz kolejny będziemy musieli cofnąć się na cmentarz. No bo widzę, że z naszego biura póki co skorzystać tak czy inaczej nie mogę. Zresztą nie zostało jeszcze posprzątane. Kartonowe pudło wciąż leży na środku naszego biura. No dobra, nie będę już rozmawiał z dyżurnym, po prostu cofnę się na cmentarz. Może tam znajdę jakieś kolejne poszlaki. O,
I'm just asking, nothing more.
And I'm repeating that it is pointless. There is nothing to see in there.
Well, if there is nothing to see, why don't you allow me to go in?
I have to insist that you leave.
Oh, I perfectly understand. Who's your superior?
You can ask at the station.
Thank you very much for your helpfulness.
Any troubles, Carter?
Not at all, sir. Just this annoying journalist. He wants you to go in.
Mind he stays on this side of the wall.
Should I arrest him straight away, sir?
Do you have any reason to do that?
I think he's suspicious, sir. How come he appeared right here?
Leave it up to me.
no właśnie, to jest dziwne, nie? Doszło do morderstwa na cmentarzu i od razu dziennikarz wiedział, co się tu święci i przyjechał na rowerze. Prawdopodobnie dziennikarz zauważył policjanta i to zwróciło jego uwagę. No dobra, mamy rower z torbą na aparat.
Unfortunately, I have no reason to confiscate it. So the journalist has gone for a ride. And he has the camera with him by complete coincidence, I'm sure.
Warto by było z nim porozmawiać, aczkolwiek mam lupę. Ale widzę, że tej lupy na rowerze użyć nie mogę. Jestem ciekaw, co będzie miał mi do powiedzenia. Skąd wiedział o morderstwie? Przesłuchaj.
Excuse me, are you with the press?
And you with police, if I'm not mistaken.
I see there is no need to pretend anything. So I suppose you will not mind several questions, will you?
Of course not.
What are you doing here so early in the morning?
There's nothing strange about it. I'm working on an article about the funeral of Sir William, which took place yesterday. You know, the noble man, nicknamed Mad William or something. I bet I won't be the only journalist who'll come here today, so I got up early.
I suppose the family of the deceased is agreeable to that, and that you have their consent?
Inspector, I hope we two are not going to trespass upon each other's patch.
Let me make it clear. I am no inspector, but I'm going to keep a close watch on you. You can count on that. And I'm prepared to pressure you if it's necessary.
I accept the challenge. It will be my pleasure to work with you.
Not mine. Big-headed fool. Just wait, I'll show you.
No dobra, czyli wszystko się wyjaśniło, dlaczego dziennikarz akurat znajduje się w tym miejscu. Chciał prowadzić swój reportaż na temat śmierci Williamsa. Tylko, że dziennikarz jeszcze nie wie, że na cmentarzu są zwłoki, że doszło do morderstwa i doszło do włamania do krypty. Jeżeli się tego dowie, to będzie miał materiał, kurde, no wszystkie telewizje będą się o to biły. Ale problem jest taki, że nie ma dostępu na cmentarz. Mam nadzieję, że tam nie wejdzie i mam nadzieję, że się niczego nie dowie. Odpraw go. Albo nie, dowiedz się, co wie o Sir Williamsie.
Did you know Sir William personally?
No, we never met, thank God.
Tell me, how can you write about someone you don't know?
Inspector, everyone knew Sir William because of what he did during his life. I've talked to plenty of people who ran away from the horror. Trust me, the stories were terrible.
Verified by whom?
The horror of those people's eyes, Inspector. It will convince you more than anything else.
This is leading nowhere. A prostitute in a church would be more credible than him.
Dowiedz się, dlaczego potrzebuje aparatu.
I could not overlook the machine.
Do you like it? It has 3 gears, the latest technology.
I was talking about the camera you have in that bag.
Oh, that thing. Fairly common type. The picture's caught on a glass plate. It can be easily broken, which is why I had to buy a better bike, to lessen the risk.
And I suppose you have it on you by complete coincidence.
Not at all. I came to take some pictures of a tomb. A particular tomb.
You don't even have enough imagination to think up a lie.
I don't want to insult your intelligence. I still hope we'll come to an agreement and you'll let me in. I can make a famous man of you.
Forget it. Pack your stuff and get away. He's laughing in my face. I've never seen such impudence before.
Szczerze powiedziawszy, to zdjęcia, jak i materiały wideo sprzedają się dużo bardziej niż zwykła treść. Odpraw go.
Sir, you have no business here, so please leave.
Don't count on it.
Have you ever seen a prison cell from the inside?
I have. But don't get me wrong, it's nothing to shout about.
Exactly.
Is that supposed to be a threat? You can't arrest me.
I'll do it.
I'll complain.
You can.
I'm not going to leave anyway. The public has a right to know what's going on.
He didn't swallow the bait. He's no amateur.
Zna swoje prawa, po prostu odejdź. Dobra, na tą chwilę nie będziemy z nim więcej rozmawiać, ale widzę, że cały czas ten rower jest aktywny, więc coś na nim tak czy inaczej będę mógł użyć. No na pewno nie będzie to niedopałek, nie? Penseta również nie. Pędzelek też nie. No dobra, powiedzmy, że na razie ten rower zostawimy w spokoju. Chodźmy porozmawiać z ojcem Alkejem. Zapytaj o Sir Williamsa.
Is it true? What's said about Sir William?
You mean that Sir William was a beast and a monster? Yes, that is true.
I must confess that I don't know what to think.
Who of us is able to understand God's intention? But I am sure it was not God's will that he came into this world.
What do you mean?
When he was born, it was as if he wasn't one of God's creations. He had a totally lifeless face. And those eyes. Understand me, it is not easy to talk about it.
I understand. Tell me, how did his family cope with it?
It was very difficult, especially for his mother. She just could not bear it, and eventually the strain was such that she took her own life. We had to bury her on the Gallows Hill.
Where is it?
It is a place forgotten by God, a cemetery for suicides.
And what about his father?
He disappeared the night when all the servants left the mansion. And then only William remained with Lady Miriam, his grandmother.
All this just because he had a disfigured face?
No, of course not. When he grew older, strange stories began to be told about him. Once, it was a dead cat in his arms. Once, he was found sitting next to a dead horse. And whenever a maid disappeared, you can easily guess whose work it was said to have been. At that time, his father was still alive and kept the estate together, but that was not to last. The servants revolted, set the house on fire, and fled. His father vanished, and only ruins remained. A sad and tragic story.
I'd like to know more.
You must excuse me, detective, but there is nothing more to say.
Zbadaj, dlaczego trumna została zamknięta podczas pogrzebu.
The coffin was closed during the whole funeral. Is that right?
Yes.
By whose request?
Lady Miriam, the grandmother of the deceased, wished it so.
That's suspicious, don't you think?
I can't understand why.
I think it might have already been empty before the funeral. Perhaps it was Lady Miriam's last attempt to protect her grandson. Everybody hates him. It almost destroyed the family. If he disappeared, he would soon be forgotten about. Lady Miriam might have faked his death in the hope that is what would happen.
I am sorry, but this seems rather far-fetched to me. The absolute isolation and the permanent fear of discovery would be worse than a prison sentence.
You're right. But people sometimes do desperate things when they have no other choice.
Poproś o sprawdzenie kościelnego inwentarza.
It's possible that those delinquents tried to break into the church. Perhaps the gravedigger tried to stop them. And so they killed him.
But what do the destruction of the tomb and disappearance of the body have to do with it?
It can be a provocation. Or a camouflage. They try to put us off the scent.
I cannot believe it.
We're at the very beginning of the investigation. It's my duty to examine every possibility.
If I can help with anything, I am at your service.
In that case, I would like to ask you to check the church inventory, just in case something is missing.
Yes, that is a good idea. At least I can make myself useful.
If you find something out and I'm not here anymore, send a message to the station.
You can rely on me, detective. God bless you.
No dobrze. Czy ja będę mógł teraz wejść do kościoła? I mamy też nowy wpis w dzienniku. Zatem zobaczmy.
Sir William was buried just yesterday evening. Was his coffin empty after only a couple of hours? The question that comes to my mind is whether he was really in it.
Może doszło faktycznie tutaj do jakiejś mistyfikacji. I Sir Williamsa wcale nie było w środku. Dobra, z tego co pamiętam, po prawej stronie leżały zwłoki. Ale widzę, że przy tych zwłokach nic już zrobić nie możemy. Wszystkie szlaki zostały zbadane. Ja i tak miałem się rozejrzeć po okolicy. Ławka, tak? My tą ławkę już zbadaliśmy. Ale z drugiej strony ta ławka cały czas jest klikalna.
If it hadn't been here, it would have been much more difficult to climb up the wall.
Ja jej w żaden sposób nie mogę nigdzie przesunąć. Więc obstawiam, że ona będzie miała tutaj jeszcze jakieś kluczowe znaczenie. Ale widzę, że do środka kościoła wejść się nie da. No i tutaj mamy tą kryptę, tak? Ale w krypcie też sobie wszystko tak naprawdę obadaliśmy. No i ze szczelinki wzięliśmy ten czerwony kryształ.
I don't understand why anybody would steal a dead body.
Właśnie, wydaje mi się, że ktoś może został faktycznie pochowany do tej trumny, ale nie było to ciało Sir Williamsa, było to ciało żywej osoby. Krypta nie została celowo zamknięta, żeby ta osoba w ciągu nocy mogła się wydostać. A ciało Sir Williamsa tak naprawdę znajduje się w innym miejscu. Takie jest moje przypuszczenie na tą chwilę.
The journalist finally gave up, but there's still a strange feeling in my stomach.
Zapytaj o dziennikarza.
Do you know that man?
I do, sir, unfortunately.
Why the regret?
His name is Nathaniel Forrest. He brings nothing but trouble. I don't know how it's possible, sir, but any time anything happens, he's there. He's like a pain in my neck, sir.
Which newspaper does he write for?
The Courier, sir. A local sheet, nothing special. He publishes a photograph, adds several pages of rubbish, and people swallow it. But in my opinion, sir, serious people never read anything like that.
Dowiedz się, dokąd udał się dziennikarz.
I see Mr. Forrest gave up?
Well, sir, I would think so, only if I didn't know him.
What do you mean?
It wouldn't be in his character to leave so easily, sir.
What else could he do, in your opinion, if you know him so well?
I didn't worry as long as I had him in my sight, but now he might have found another way in. I can watch over the main gate, but the cemetery is too large. I would just like to remind you, sir, that I wanted to go to the station for support.
Thank you for the reminder, but don't worry about that. As for the journalist, he surely realized that it's useless.
If you think so, sir. You are the detective.
There's just something about it. It's really dubious that he would give up so easily. Blasted gravedigger.
No powiem tak, nie będę bagatelizował słów policjanta i udam się ponownie na cmentarz. Bo jeżeli faktycznie ten dziennikarz to jest przebrzydła gnida, to prawdopodobnie już znalazł zwłoki grabarza.
Stop! Stay where you are! It can't be true. How did he get here?
Ma swoje sposoby.
That rascal got what he deserved. I hope he's broken something too.
To już wiem, po co była tutaj ta ławka. Zwiał tak samo jak my. W sensie jak Timothy.
Just you wait. I'll get you.
O, jesteśmy po zupełnie drugiej stronie.
He's gone. I wonder how I will explain this to my superiors.
No nie oszukujmy się, dałeś dupy tak naprawdę. Bo kiedy policjant prosił o wsparcie, powiedziałeś, że nie potrzeba. Odłamki szkła.
Some of the pieces are missing. Pity. I could have put them together again.
Dobra, czy będę mógł się temu bliżej przyjrzeć? Nie mogę. Skoro brakuje odłamków szkła, to być może wpadły do tej rzeki. A jeżeli wpadły, to raczej już ich nie odzyskamy. Zbesztaj z powodu dziennikarza.
It wasn't his fault. Quite the contrary. If I had taken his advice, I wouldn't have to explain to my superiors how the photos of the crime scene got into the newspaper.
Odejdź.
Once it'll be necessary to search the sewers, Sergeant Carter will finally...
No dobra. Czy my faktycznie tutaj już nie znajdziemy żadnych śladów? Przyjrzyjmy się temu miejscu dokładnie. Na beczce nic nie ma. Mogę wspiąć się z powrotem.
Why shall I strain when I can go around? It's...
Nie ma żadnych śladów. Cofnijmy się zatem główną bramą. Ale jestem ciekaw, czy ten aparat faktycznie tam został.
The glass plates are missing, so he must have taken them. He had this all planned. How many photos did he manage to take? I wasn't away for long. Anyway, he must have known he would lose it. He didn't even try to take it.
Nic na aparacie użyć nie mogę, nie? No dobra. Dlaczego pompa wody znowu jest aktywna?
I'm not going to touch it. I might destroy possible leads. Being in the murderer's shoes, I would go and wash myself. He might have left some evidence there. The murderer must have been covered in blood. But I can't see any solid evidence. He certainly didn't touch the pump.
No właśnie, na pewno nie dotykał pompy. Bo my mamy jeszcze ten niedopałek w ekwipunku, nie?
A hand-rolled cigarette. I don't really know much about it, but I don't think this is usual cigarette paper. I wonder what an experienced smoker would think.
Tylko że my już policjanta wypytywaliśmy o tego papierosa.
I got used to having them all together. I doubt he'll return for it, but I do wonder how many pictures he managed to take with him. Every detail might be important.
Czyli wydaje mi się, że na tą chwilę na cmentarzu obadaliśmy sobie wszystko. Może warto by było cofnąć się teraz na posterunek policji. Może minęły już 2 godziny i będziemy mogli porozmawiać z detektywem. Odejdź. Ponownie, czy będę mógł porozmawiać z dyżurnym? Brak opcji dialogowych.
Detective Sergeant Briscoe. Yes, that's me. Put me through, please. Good day, sir. I have several reports. The tomb of a noble family has been destroyed, but that is not the worst part at all. The body of the deceased Sir William has probably been stolen, and... Exactly, sir. The coffin is empty. Yes, sir, I'm totally aware it is not an ordinary robbery, but I have even more news. The gravedigger was murdered. I tried to call you, but you weren't in. So I went to do the preliminary examination of the crime scene, and I secured some evidence. Yes, sir. Of course, I understand the priorities. But the murder was committed in a very brutal way. The local vicar knows about the incident, but now that you bring it up, I'm afraid an intrusive journalist managed to take a picture of the gravedigger's corpse. I don't know how it happened, but we should be ready to face certain results. The Courier, some local sheet. Of course, I realize that my career depends on that. That's why I'm asking you to entrust the case to me. I won't disappoint you, sir. You can trust me. Thank you very much for your confidence. Goodbye. That was close. That damned journalist will cause nothing but trouble. Brutality attracts people like the light attracts moths. But this is my case, and it's going to be big. And once it erupts, I'll be ready.
With Brian, you never know what's going to happen. He said a deluxe place. It'll be the same with money. I bet he has none.
Powracamy do Timothy'ego i Briana. Mamy rozdział 4.
After all, it wasn't so bad. I stink like a horse, but I can handle that. Brian, anchor's up. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'll wake him up by firing a cannon if I have to. If I had one.
No dobra, musimy się rozejrzeć. Widzę, że Brian śpi, jakby był zabity.
Brian, anchor's up. Something fell out of his pocket.
O! Mamy scyzoryk. No dobra. Świeca woskowa.
It will be safe with me.
Kolejny element, który trafił do mojego ekwipunku.
There's plenty of wax left. It could burn for hours.
Ale niestety nie mam zapałek.
I can't wash myself without water. Pity. I hope there were at least several drops inside.
Dobra, widzę, że wiaderka wziąć nie mogę, a plan był taki, żeby nabrać sobie wody, nie wiem, być może jest to gdzieś jakiś wodopój i wylać na Briana. Myślę, że w ten sposób na pewno byśmy go obudzili. Ale nie o to tutaj chodzi. Mamy belkę.
A splinter might come in handy. It's stuck tight. Damn.
Czyli rozumiem, że będziemy potrzebowali dżazgi i ukujemy Briana w tyłek. Też jakieś rozwiązanie. Widły. Ale tych wideł na belce użyć się nie da. Ale na stajennym oborniku już tak.
The dung fork will take root before I do work like that.
O. Mogłem wyjść na zewnątrz. Czyli rozumiem, że mogę udać się ponownie do pralni, bądź cały czas być w stajni. Raczej dziewczyna z pralni nie będzie chciała ze mną rozmawiać. Powiedzmy, że w pierwszej kolejności zajmijmy się tym, czym mamy się zająć, czyli obudzić Briana. No gdzieś te widły na pewno będę mógł użyć, tak? Chyba że bezpośrednio na Brianie? Nie. Okej. Zrzuciliśmy podkowę. A z tego co wiem, to podkowa to jest symbol szczęścia.
A good luck charm. Good luck is that nobody stole it.
No właśnie. Dużo ludzi podkowy powiesza sobie w domach w pokoju.
Whoa, I hope it won't fall on my head.
Mamy dżazgę. No zobaczmy, czy mój plan był trafny.
End of lolling about, you lazy bum.
Jak się zerwał. Momentalnie.
You're awake?
Yep.
You didn't stab my arse with something, did you?
Nah, you must have been dreaming.
Dowiedz się, co zamierza.
Thanks for the lodging.
Pleasant, isn't it? Some people mind the smell of the horses, but I like it here.
So, tell me, what are you up to? Apart from sleeping.
Where are you rushing to, pal?
You know where. Are you coming with me or not?
You're obsessed with getting to America. Sure, I'm coming, but we can't do it without money.
I know that. You don't need to get smart. Do you have any?
Don't worry. I chased up a job. We'll have money.
A job, you say?
Just you wait for it.
Zapytaj o szczegółowy plan.
What kind of job? I want to know everything about it.
You're not going to stop it, are you? So listen, I look after horses for a fella who wants to get to his father's vault. He doesn't dare do it himself. You know these aristocrats. We agreed I'll bring him those papers and he'll pay for it. I would do it myself, you know. But I thought it would be better to have someone reliable with me. That's why you're here.
That sounds good. But maybe too good. What do you know about him?
And don't you dare try to stop me, Tim. Just try to imagine what could be inside that vault. The man only wants papers and documents, do you understand? We keep the rest, that's certain, and anything else we find around too. I can't miss it. If you're not interested, I can ask somebody else. But you can forget about America.
No, Brian, it's okay. We'll do this together, like we used to.
Now you sound like the good old Tim. I knew you'd go with me.
Omów plan.
Don't think I don't trust you or anything, but how are you going to do that? Robbing a vault isn't easy.
You're right, pal. We'd better think everything over in detail. The plan is as follows. Well, we'll simply go there, be quiet, and get in somehow. Then we'll find the vault, take all the stuff, and get out. Easy.
I see. And you call this a plan?
What are you complaining about this time?
Oh, jeez, Brian, wake up. This isn't like stealing apples at the market. If we get caught, we'll end up in jail.
All right, so what do you want?
A plan, you dimwit. What do you think I'm talking about? Do you really think I'll do everything myself?
Wait a minute. I chased up the job. You arranged the rest. That's fair, don't you think? However, I'm going with you just in case you blow it. We share 50-50, and that's just because you're my friend.
I might have guessed it would end up like that. Give me the address. I'll take a look around.
See? It didn't hurt. Go straight ahead, then up the street, and you'll be there in no time. It's the prestigious residential district, Paradise Street, the first house on the right. Good luck.
No dobra, odejdź. Czyli mamy nową lokację, do której możemy się udać. Do domu na Paradise Street.
Yeah, I like this place. I'll try to find out how I could get the keys.
Ogólnie ładna willa, służący.
Greetings. How are you?
Depends who's asking.
I was just passing by and I saw you working so hard, so I thought you might need some help.
No. Go and beg somewhere else.
I'm not a beggar, but as you wish. I won't obtrude. He's pretending to be working. That's what everybody does.
Zdobiona brama.
I don't want to run in just like that. Somebody might call the police.
Dobra, musimy zobaczyć, czy będzie gdzieś tu jakieś przejście. Może będziemy mogli wspiąć się po tej lampie, przeskoczyć przez płot i dostaniemy się do budynku.
There could be a problem with lights at night, but I won't worry about that now. Modern electric lights. Only the smart set can afford such a luxury.
Numer 8. Przejdź przez ogrodzenie.
I don't like the fella with the broom. I'll have to do something about him.
Gdybyśmy tak poprosili Briana, żeby odwrócił jego uwagę,
I can manage this even without a ladder.
no właśnie, może to nie jest taki wcale głupi pomysł. Cofnijmy się zatem do stajni. I tak tutaj siedzi taki bezczynnie. No mógłby się na coś przydać. Poproś o pomoc.
Wake up. I need your help.
Saying please would help.
Oh, stop it, Brian. I went to look over the house. Did you know anyone there? I met a servant, but he was pretty stiff. It was like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah, I know which one you mean, and you can forget it immediately. You don't have enough money to bribe him.
Oh, great. So how do we get in, smart ass?
I don't know, try a maid or something. You've always known how to deal with girls.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. So come on, you distract the servant and I'll climb over the wall.
Pal, what if something gets messed up?
Don't worry, it'll be okay. At worst, we can just pretend we're stealing apples. Come on, get up.
Yeah, go ahead, I'll join you in a minute.
Odejdź. No mam nadzieję, że Brian pójdzie ze mną.
Yeah, I worked for a banker before, but I'm rather attracted by horses.
Really? What did he need you for?
You won't believe it. I took care of his horse until it died. Yet once in a while, he took a pretty nice sum of money to the bank, so I went with him as a bodyguard. You haven't seen so much money in your entire life.
I haven't seen more than £20 at the same time. But tell me, you never thought of bashing him and running away with the money?
Oh, no. I'm not into such things. I'm just a fair guy. What can I do?
How does Brian do that? I didn't even manage to get 3 stupid sentences out of the man.
Brian ma po prostu talent w porównaniu do nas. Przejdź przez ogrodzenie. Mam nadzieję, że teraz nie zwrócimy na siebie uwagi. Okej. Jesteśmy po drugiej stronie.
There are too many people in the house now. I can't go there. As I can't get to the keys have to get to me.
No dobra. Ale widzę, że mamy zejście do jakiejś piwnicy. Drzwi do piwnicy, no dokładnie.
I go there to pick some stuff in the evening. Now I need the house key. I leave it till the evening.
Czyli do piwnicy musimy udać się wieczorem. Brzmi jak plan.
The air is clear. Not a soul in here.
Lisa, is the breakfast ready?
It's at the window, madam. You told me not to serve hot tea, so I let it cool.
I will inspect it. There will be trouble if something is not exactly as I wish.
The best way would be to lure someone out. Damn, it's falling down. I almost filled my pants.
Dobra, ale teraz pytanie, czy to okno opadło samoistnie, wtedy kiedy próbowaliśmy wyjąć butelkę, czy on to opuścił, bo ktoś szedł do kuchni?
I don't want to run in just like that. Somebody might call the police. Well, the best way would be to break in through the back door. When it gets dark, nobody will see us.
Dobra, mam w ekwipunku dżazgę, ale widzę, że tej dżazgi na tym użyć się nie da. Mam też nóż oraz krokociąg. Dobra, spróbujemy ponownie.
The air is clear.
Skoro nie mogłem wyjąć butelki z winem... Rama okna.
It should be fixed now.
Okej, włożyliśmy klin.
Somebody's coming.
Ale przynajmniej zajumaliśmy butelkę.
What is this supposed to mean, Lisa?
Yes, madam.
I ordered you to bring a bottle of red wine. Why is it not here?
It's impossible. I brought it.
Do I really have to do everything myself?
No, madam.
Go for the keys and bring a new bottle immediately.
But I really...
No talking back. I am not going to tolerate this.
Yes, madam.
The maid is going to the cellar. That suits my plan.
Dobra, obstawiam, że kiedy pokojówka wejdzie do piwnicy, klucze zostawi w drzwiach, my ją zakluczymy w środku i klucze sobie weźmiemy. Tylko... Czy ja powinienem teraz wyjść na ulicę i wejść tutaj z powrotem? No nie.
I go there to pick some stuff.
Przyjdę tutaj wieczorem. No właśnie. Butelka wina.
I don't really care about labels. Each of them makes you vomit in the end anyway.
Do okna zajrzeć już nie mogę. Na górę wejść się nie da. Tak naprawdę nie ma tutaj żadnych innych elementów interaktywnych. A ja po prostu pobiegłem sobie naprzód. Dobra, może faktycznie. Muszę opuścić to miejsce, porozmawiać z Brianem.
I won't disturb him when he's doing so well. I won't disturb them.
Albo coś z czymś muszę połączyć.
I can't help myself. I just love the sound.
Mamy korek. Mamy też otwartą butelkę.
I don't really care about labels.
Skoro mamy korek, to być może ten korek musimy włożyć do drzwi od piwnicy.
I can manage this even without a ladder. I'll try to stuff it into the keyhole and then I'll get out. Perhaps someone will get trapped. A maid'll arrive there soon, but she won't be able to get into the cellar. The main thing is that she'll have the keys. I can manage. Poor girl. She won't move that door alone. Luckily, I'm around.
Tak po prostu sobie tutaj przyszliśmy.
You have no business to be in here.
Excuse me, miss. I heard you need a new stable boy. I'm here to apply.
No, I don't know anything about it. Who told you that?
I work in stables nearby, and I met your young master. He said a pair of skilled hands would be helpful.
Probably more than a pair, but the master doesn't want any new servants.
Then what do you advise? I don't want to intrude, but I'm sure I'd love this place.
The best thing you can do is to leave. Don't get angry, but today there's plenty of robbers.
You're right. But it's a pity. At least because of you. Are you all right? You seem to be crying.
That's none of your business. Go away.
I was just asking. I wonder if I should try to calm her down. I've overdone it with the wine.
Ale w jaki sposób miałbym ją uspokoić? Damy jej wino. Może chcesz korkociąg?
Are you all right?
That's none of your...
I wonder if I should try to calm her down. I've overdone it.
Trochę przesadziliśmy z winem.
I'm a mere stable boy. But when I see a sad girl, I immediately wonder how to cheer her up. What would you say to a lucky horseshoe? It brings better days. Just take it and you'll see. It works.
Are you serious? I don't believe in those old yarns.
You're making a mistake. A lucky horseshoe can change your life entirely. Hide it under your bed and you'll see.
Well, thank you, but it won't solve my problem anyway.
Z tego co wiem, to podkowę się wiesza, a nie chowa pod poduszką.
Poor desperate thing. She definitely won't refuse a stranger's helping hand now. Tell me, why are you crying?
I am not crying, but I'm supposed to bring wine to the old master. Yet the lock is seized up or something, and I will be chided.
Can't he get it himself?
No, he can't. He stays in his bed all the time because he's seriously ill.
Oh, I see. And there's no other entrance to the cellar?
No, there isn't. Or maybe there is, but I don't know where.
Huh? How come?
Well, it's said that there is a secret staircase between the master's workroom and the cellar. Allegedly, it's there so our master could stay unseen by the lady when he goes down for a wine. He's really fond of drinking, but the doctor set him a strict limit, 1 glass a day.
Oh, that's interesting. So you don't know where exactly it is?
No, I don't. And I can't go upstairs anyway, even if I knew it.
Such a trivial matter isn't worth the upset. Show me the key and I'll help you.
I'm not sure. I don't know you.
What do you mean? I'm your new stable boy, am I not?
You're a joker. Here you are. take them, but quickly so that nobody sees you.
Jaki my mamy łatwy dar przekonywania ludzi. Albo to ludzie są po prostu naiwni.
I can't do that even if I wanted to.
Dobra, mamy butelkę wina.
One is from the cellar. I don't care for that one. But the other's from the terrace door. Pity I can't just take off with them standing there.
Czy my nie mamy żadnego innego klucza, który byśmy mogli tutaj zamienić? Chyba nie. Ale zrobimy sobie odlew wosku.
The wax is too hard. I'd break it before I'd manage to make a good imprint.
Czyli najpierw bym musiał w jakiś sposób rozpuścić ten wosk. Ale widzę, że wyjść się nie da, więc... Dekoracyjny ornament.
I'd love such a life. To lie in bed all the time while the servants bring me the best vintage wines. It doesn't look like an ordinary cellar. It's more like a very well-stocked wine shop.
Dobra, gdyby udało mi się w jakiś sposób ten wosk rozpuścić, no mamy tutaj promienie słońca, nie?
There's plenty of wax left. It could burn for hours. This is the only thing. It can be used in many ways. I used to know a man who extracted teeth with it.
Wyrywać zęby korkociągiem, masakra.
Brian should be more careful with his stuff. The wax is... The only thing she could do for me is to go away. But she won't do me such a favor.
Okej. Zastanówmy się w takim bądź razie. Wróć na ulicę.
I'm sorry, miss. I have to bring some tools, otherwise I won't be able to open it.
Well, you didn't comfort me, but I want the key back.
I understand, but don't worry. I'll be back in a minute. Damn, I had to give her the keys back. She's not as stupid as I thought.
Czyli ja jednak mogłem opuścić to miejsce. No dobra. Wróćmy się zatem do stajni i zobaczmy, czy będą tutaj jakieś elementy, którymi bym mógł rozpuścić wosk. Koc. Może pod kocem coś znajdziemy. W końcu tutaj leżał Brian.
What's this? Does Brian have a hole in his pocket or what?
No i proszę bardzo, mamy zapałki.
Wax would melt, that's true. But then it could spill out into my trousers, and I...
Czyli musimy to zrobić w tamtym miejscu, przy drzwiach od piwnicy.
I'm back. Did you try it again?
Yes, but I can't move it.
It doesn't matter. Give me the key, I'll try. If there's no other way, brute force might solve it.
Oh, that would be very nice of you. Nobody else would help me.
No, mam nadzieję, że teraz uda nam się odcisnąć klucz wosku i tak naprawdę klucze nie będą nam potrzebne. Ale potem będziemy musieli zrobić jakiś odlew, nie?
Wax would melt, that's true. But then it could spill out into my trousers, and I...
A gdybyśmy tak podgrzali... No właśnie, podgrzali lekko klucze.
What are you doing with those keys? I only wanted to open the door.
Now I'll heat them a bit. It helps to clean the filth, you know.
No, I don't know. Just don't damage anything.
Don't be afraid. I've done this before.
I'm surprised. I've never heard of anything like that.
For me, it's just an everyday routine. The door will be opened in a minute. Ouch. I didn't think it out. The keys are still hot.
What are you doing with those keys? I only wanted to open the door.
Don't worry, young lady. I'll just oil them and it'll go much easier. You're really lucky I'm here.
I'm not so sure.
Don't worry, it's almost done. I promise.
All right, but please hurry up or I'll have problems.
My tak naprawdę mamy to, czego potrzebowaliśmy.
I'm glad I imprinted both keys. One never knows what might happen.
Zatem otwórzmy te drzwi.
I can't do that even if I wanted to. That wasn't. I'll go there to pick some stuff in the evening. I'll leave it till the evening.
No dobra, ale...
I can't do that even if I wanted to.
So, have a nice day. I'll drop by tomorrow. Hopefully, there will be a job for me.
All right, but I can't promise anything. Our master won't accept just anybody.
It wasn't a bad start. I wonder how long this good luck is going to last.
No i nie otworzyliśmy panience drzwi. Chodźmy zatem porozmawiać z Brianem. Najważniejsze, że mamy odciski kluczy. Przekaż mu odciski klucza.
Here it is, my pal. Our ticket to paradise.
Let me see. Hey, wasn't that my candle?
No, but we need a locksmith. The kind who doesn't ask any questions.
I know about one, if he's not in jail.
Could he make a duplicate?
Sure.
So go and ask him. I've done enough already.
Very well. I admit that. But I won't lift a finger for you at night.
Just don't do anything stupid and everything will be okay. And go now, otherwise you won't make it.
Jesus, you're worse than my mother.
How do you know? You've never met her.
Damn, you're right.
As soon as he gets up, I'll catch a quick nap. I think this'll be a pretty wild night. When I'm staring at the ceiling, not able to fall asleep, I wonder whether it was such a good idea to flee to Plymouth. Maybe I'm just kidding myself about America. I guess it's the same mess there as it is here. But if I don't get there, or at least try to, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I simply have to do it, no matter who I have to rob. Those fat cats on Paradise Street were robbing others so they could live like pigs in clover. Now they'll be the ones robbed instead. The time has come.
What are you waiting for? Let's go. Or are you too scared?
No, not at all. Well, maybe just a bit apprehensive.
Okay. I'll go first, then you chicken.
Mamy nowy rozdział, moi drodzy, ale co będzie się działo dalej, dowiemy się w kolejnym odcinku. Mam nadzieję, że ten wam się podobał. Dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia. Hej!